All right, Fresh, let's go to the game of the week. This was voted on you by the fans. Hey, if you're not following us on social media, make sure you do that. Follow us on Twitter each and every weekend. We put up a game of the week. Let the fans decide what game we're going to talk about. And overwhelming, maybe it was because we put the poll out on Saturday and everyone got to watch this team win a really exciting game. But we got the Nebraska Cornhuskers traveling to Colorado. This is a noon kick on Fox. Colorado is a 3.5-point home favorite. Over-under is set at 57.5 points. Fresh, I'll turn it over to you, buddy.
Well, first off, Vegas, this is for you. Both these games were on national television last week. Nebraska went to Minnesota. Colorado went to TCU. You're only making Colorado a 3.5-point favorite. Nebraska's only touchdown came off of a botched trick play that caused the receiver to be wide open back of the end zone. They were awful on offense. Awful. It was not good defense being played between the Gophers and the Cornhuskers. It was two terrible offenses, and the Gophers actually just survived because Nebraska, they choked. And you're only saying Colorado after what they did to TCU and that electric offense of those playmakers, only a 3.5-point favorite at home? Come on. I know it's a 10 a.m. kick local, but from what just the pure eye test, Colorado is they're going to win by 2 touchdowns over Nebraska. Nebraska has no chance. That offense looked pathetic. That defense was hanging on for dear life. If they played any better offense, it would have been a much worse football game. This is the home opener for Prime. That place is going to be rowdy and packed. Coming off all this excitement, you tell this team is not going to be ready to fire it up to play and go beat Nebraska and be 2-0. Colorado is going to run roughshod over the Cornhuskers. And the Matt Rule era is going to look just like the Scott Frost era. Very chilly and lacking W's. This is going to be ugly. It's a 10 a.m. local kick, and I got a feeling it's going to be, you would have thought it's an 8 o'clock p.m. kick. It's going to be, well, it's not going to be eggs and kegs. It's more like recreational materials in kegs because it's Boulder, Colorado, and they love to experiment on certain, shrubbery. But it's going to be a very festive environment, and that Colorado team is going to feed off that energy, and they're going to go in there and whoop the tail out of Nebraska. Someone posted it today on social media that you could have gone to every Colorado home game last year and spent $222 combined. The cheapest ticket to get in on Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning is $470 right now, and it's going and skyrocketing for one football game. And that's what Dion has done for this Colorado program. His son put on a show. Travis Hunter put on a show. Edwards put on a show. His swagger, his confidence, the team is just thriving off of it. They are feeding off of it. They're playing at that level. It's not just taking Colorado by storm. It has taken the nation by storm. People are watching. People are talking about Colorado football when it's week 1 of the NFL, and Colorado football and Dion are getting interview time all over the spectrum. He has changed the game. And you're going to tell me that right now Nebraska's going to keep us within 4 points? No way. They are going to beat the trash out of Nebraska. Matt Rule, button down the hatches, buddy. You're going to hear it on the message boards. But this is all going to be Colorado, and it's going to be Colorado big time. You said it's 59.5. Now, we've talked about who's going to carry the weight.
57.5.
57.5. I saw 59 earlier. Nebraska's, they might get a touch. They might get 14 points. Colorado's going to do the heavy lifting, and the over is still going to hit. So pound it away. They're covering the spread. The over is going to hit. Buffalo's all day. Prime time is taking over college football. And if you aren't treating your players right, or if there's rumblings and lack of playing time, kids will hit the portal in a heartbeat, and they will go to Boulder. And this is going to be a whole new regime. Watch out, Big 12 next year. This is for real, folks.
So I tried not to get caught up in the hype, Fresh. I tried to keep this like I attack every single game. You're right. How much money is going to be hammered on Colorado in that 3.5? But Vegas, 9 times out of 10, they get the number pretty close, and they're pretty right. This may be one of the 1 out of 10 times that they're dead wrong. But so then I started looking at the game. So I started looking at Nebraska, started looking at Colorado and seeing where it was at. Well, yeah, Nebraska's offense was pretty inept. They did a really good job of holding Minnesota only 55 yards rushing in their game. Nebraska has got a shot at this thing for one reason only. TCU ran for 262 yards on Colorado. Everyone wants to point out, like, Sanders, amazing game, completed over 80% of his passes. Travis Hunter looked like a beast playing. I think he played almost every snap, it felt like. Dylan Edwards, I love that kid. That kid's phenomenal. He's going to be one of the most exciting players in the next couple of years. If not this year, he'd probably be the best freshman in the country, but he may be one of the most exciting players to watch over the next 2 or 3 years. But Nebraska is able to run the football. They do have Jeff Sims. Jeff Sims is talented, and they are going to need a lot from Anthony Grant, the running back there. But here's how you can beat Colorado, is if you can keep Colorado's offense off the field. If Nebraska is able to run the football, especially, and that's where Colorado does have a weak spot, their defensive line up front. You saw them get pushed around. You saw them being able to be run against in that game. And you can maybe open up. Listen, Hunter is a heck of a defensive back, and he's going to lock down one side. I don't think Sims is going to throw the ball. And he can't throw 3 interceptions in this game like he did last week. But Nebraska's got a shot if they stick to again, you got to go a little old school. Run the ball 40, 50, 55 times a game. And keep pounding it down Colorado's throat. You're going to win the time of possession, and you're going to eat up a lot of those long drives to keep that offense off the field. That's the only way they're going to do this. You're going to need to limit the amount of times Colorado's offense touch the football. If you can do that, if you can limit them to saying that they only get 7 drives in the game for some reason. Again, that's pretty extreme. Like, I'm talking about, quite a bit. All of a sudden, this game gets really, really interesting to me. Again, Fresh, I'm with you. I think Colorado wins this game. I think they cover the spread because I don't know if Nebraska can score 30 plus. Heck, I might give the ball to Colorado 7 times and they get 7 touchdowns and they got 49 points. I don't think Nebraska's offense is to the point where they can keep up with Colorado. But if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to win this game ugly. They're going to have to force Sanders into mistakes. They're going to have to really embrace that black shirt defense that we used to hear all about back in the day. That's the only way Nebraska is going to win. It's going to have to be on the defensive side of the football, and it's going to have to run the football. Don't try to throw it around. Limit your passing attempts. I don't want to say you want to embrace like the triple option here, but I'm saying that you're going to need to really pound the rock in this game. I got Colorado winning with the 3.5. I'm going to probably take the under because I hope Matt Rule is smarter than I am and can kind of see the same thing. I think this game is going to get really quick, very fast. I think they're going to keep it on the ground and eat up a lot of time of possession. That's why I'm taking the under in this 57.5. If there's a way where Nebraska starts thinking, getting cute and throwing the ball all over the field, yeah, that over's coming in real easy.
That the pressure I think is really on that Nebraska defense and the depth of that defense because
Right.
if they're out there running all over the field, that first team might be good. That first 11, you start looking at that second, that third on the depth chart. If they aren't talented enough, that's where the breaks are going to start happening, and the game can get out of hand real quick.
Right. The only thing I think is if you could get you get Colorado off the field. If you then eat like a 7-minute game clock drive where you get that defense allowed to really let that defense rest up, then all of a sudden you keep them fresh all game long and really allow them to pin their ears back. But I think you're right still. I got Colorado winning this one. I still do have them covering that 3.5 because that for some reason feels too juicy to kind of pass up. I'm with you on that one, Fresh. I would be hammering that one.